Hello and welcome to episode 0 of my new Diablo series here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and you might say, episode 0? Wait, Diablo? What is going on here? Okay, so I can see that a lot of people will have that question in their head when they're seeing that I'm now doing a Diablo series and that I'm now focusing more on Diablo and Diablo 4, especially when you have heard me over the last year talking about ignoring Blizzard, their games, and just not talking about or playing their games anymore for a lot of bullshit they have been doing. And people now might wonder, and will probably ask quite a bit in chat, hey, why are you doing this now? What's going on? Well, as you know, Blizzard unfortunately had a good chunk of issues. They have released a lot of mediocre games at best sometimes, and some really shitty ones. Like, I remember that Warcraft 3 Reforged was actually the very first Blizzard game I have ever, got my money back, right? And then, of course, they had their issues with all the sexual harassments and whatnot. And I think it was just a point where I couldn't just stand it anymore, where I just had enough. And what we have now heard from a lot of developers who are still at the company, Blizzard actually cleaned house. They actually cleaned house. And they have removed most of the bad actors. I say most and not all because Shitty Kotick is still in charge and he is the biggest problem. But I'm really hoping when Microsoft is taking over that they will remove him from the whole occasion, or he is just removing himself, taking a golden parachute and is out, and will probably hire at some other company he can ruin. So yeah, that is the hope I still have. But at least when it comes to like the normal developers, they really cleaned house. Like from what we are hearing from the rank and files, Blizzard has been changing quite a bit. And here's the point. I'm always a believer, and I have said this over the years, that I truly believe every company will screw up at some point. There is no good company. Every company will screw up at some point because, well, we're also humans, right? We are making big mistakes. There are some very shitty people among us, and they will not change. So it's not really a question of if a company will screw up, and more like a when question. And I always said that it is really important on how a company reacts to their screw up, right? This is what shows the most for me. And Blizzard has reacted. Not perfect, right? Not perfectly. They have still done a lot of screw ups afterwards, how they are trying to weasel themselves out a little bit, but it thankfully didn't work, and the people hold them accountable. Again, the company is willing to change. Unfortunately, the people in the higher up positions seem not to. And I'm hoping that when Microsoft is coming in, who is actually interested in a good image, will make some changes. But all in all, the company reacted to the whole thing. Where, like, let's say Ubisoft has not reacted at all. If you're looking at Ubisoft right now, everyone is saying nothing has changed. It is still the same shitty people in charge. It is still the same bullshit happening at the company level. And the only thing they have been doing is saying, yeah, we will change. Oh yeah, we will really like make some changes. And everyone's saying nothing happened. So Ubisoft really just tried to like sweep it under a rug and never talk about it ever again. This is why I am like pretty much done with like all the Ubisoft bullshit. I just don't care for Ubisoft anymore at that point. It's not like I'm boycotting their games. I just don't care for them anymore. Because at this point, I'm just like, Ubisoft, whatever. Which is unfortunate. Like, that is like for me, on my morality level, that's like the worst level you can achieve. The I don't give a shit about you anymore. And that's basically what Ubisoft has achieved. So, yay. Riot Games is another wonderful example. They screwed up big time a few years ago, and they changed. They actually changed. Like everyone is saying, yeah, Riot Games, wow, Riot Games now and Riot Games in the past, well, two different companies. They really changed. So yeah, it comes really down to how do you react? And it seems like Blizzard reacted not perfectly. I still made mistakes without question, and I will be the first person to call them out again. But especially, and this is why I'm focusing on Diablo 4, especially the Diablo 4 team seems to do things differently. The communication is very open, very direct. They're talking to the community, which, let's be honest here, with Blizzard games, that is kind of a rare sight. Let's not kid ourselves here. But yeah, it seems like they're really caring for the franchise. They really want to deliver a good Diablo game. Sure, there will be some people who say like, oh no, this is the worst game ever. And believe me, I will be the first one who will make a video about it and drag them through the mud if I have to. I've done so for years and that will not change. But from what I've seen so far from Diablo 4, it looks really interesting. My curiosity is piqued, and I want to see more of the game, and I want to cover it more. And well, it's also my job kind of to cover the things. But again, if they are screwing up again, I will be the first one who is pointing that out, and you will have a video here on the channel. Let's just not hope that happens. But so the point is, they vowed to change, and they changed in a lot of areas. Again, Shitty Kodak is still there, and I hope he gets hit by the doorway on his way out. But it seems like that at least the rest of Blizzard is more than willing to make good changes in the games and for the developers. So that's good. That's a good sign. And from what I've seen from Diablo 4, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. And we will cover it more on the channel. Now, of course, I would not tell you what you should do. Like if you say, nah, this is not enough, I'm still on a boycott to Blizzard, or I don't care for Blizzard stuff. I don't give them the benefit of the doubt, especially for the things they have done in the past and in the last few years. I totally understand that. I totally get that. And we will definitely talk about those things down the line and have some discussions about it. But for now, we're at the end of this video more or less, and I will return to some more Diablo stuff. Episode 1 is coming out in the next 1 or 2 days, and we will not talk about the developers in the first episode, but about the community and what the Diablo community means at this point. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to look forward to some of the Diablo franchise talk and Diablo 4, then I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm pretty sure this is mostly watched by people who are already subscribers and followers of my work. So I would appreciate if you click the like button if you enjoyed this video. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. I will see you for the very first episode of my Diablo series very soon. Till then, have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.